Yes, brothers and sisters, lovers, haters, boys, girls, and vibrations. How is everybody? I hope everybody's well, and as usual, love and light to you all. Now, you can maybe see the bruising in the corner of my eye there. Had some fierce exchanges with Mickey Stewart this morning. A fantastic couple of rounds of war at 5 a.m. Now, moving on. I went to the rooms last night and I picked up my 6-month chip. 6 months clean and serene. You know, I'm very proud to say them words. Very proud indeed. You see, they tell you in the fellowship that you can have a life beyond your wildest dreams. And obviously when I first heard that 9 months ago, because it took us 3 months to get it right, hence the 6-month chip. You know, when I first heard those words, you can have a life beyond your wildest dreams, I'm thinking yachts, I'm thinking villas, I'm thinking piles of money and flash cars. No. You know, none of that stuff's important to me. You know, and materialistic things are what they are. You know, they're nice to have. It's nice to have shiny things, but you know, when I compare the life I have now to the life that I used to live, you know, the chaos, the violence, and the desperation of active addiction, especially towards the back end of my using, you know, I was desperate. I was a desperate addict, and I would do anything to get the substances that I needed. I would lie, I would manipulate, and I would use force. You know, I've used force many times. You know, I'm ashamed to say that I've entered people's houses when there's kids upstairs, you know, with weapons to get the stuff that I need. You know, some terrible things, you know, some really, really shameful things that I'm willing to make amends for if I can, you know, but that's the program, that's the steps, you know. This is my journey. And I was comparing the life that I have now to the life that I used to have. And I am living that life beyond my wildest dreams, you know. A life and a mindset that I never thought would be achievable, you know, considering the mindset and the lifestyle that I used to have. You see, for the last 2 years of my using, I was desperate to stop. Desperate to stop using, but I couldn't. I wanted to stop, but I couldn't. I used to go about 6 hours and give up, you know. I wanted change, but I was scared of it. You know, I was comfortable in my little bubble with my substances. I was comfortable there, you know, and I wanted change, but I was scared of it. But then you see, the day before New Year's Eve last year, when I decided to throw the towel in, you know, when I decided to go to the rooms of Narcotics Anonymous, crying and wallowing in the depths of despair and self-pity, you know, it came over us. The fear of staying the same was much, much bigger than the fear of change. You know, it just happened. I needed to change, you know. And as I say in recovery, you've got to change one thing, and that's everything. And I systematically went about changing everything in my life, you know. I ditched my friends, I ditched the circles I was in and the places that I went and the situations that I was always getting myself entangled with. I left all that stuff alone because I needed to, you know, it was essential that I look deep within my soul, if you like, you know. What did I want? What did I really want out of life? You know, well, I wanted to be clean, I wanted sobriety, and I wanted a new way of life. You know, and the fellowship had the keys to all the doors. You know, I'm very pleased to say that today, you know, I'm a very different person to the person I was. Of course, I'm still me. It's still me. You know, I still get a few violent flashes now and then. You know, I'm quite far from the finished article, and I'm relatively early in recovery. But the distance is just almost uncomprehendable. The changes that I've made, you know, are massive. They're massive. The life I live, you know, is very, very different to the life I used to live. You know, I used to be violent, aggressive, obnoxious, ignorant, you know, and all the things that make up, you know, a not very nice person. I certainly wasn't polite, you know. I couldn't bring myself to be polite with anyone because I didn't like myself. You see, that was the main thing. I didn't like the person I'd become, and I was bitter towards others because of me. But the changes happened very gradual, you know. Even after the first 3-4 relapses that I had in the first 3.5 months or whatever it was, you know, I was still making progress. Progress, not perfection, you know. We make progress, not excuses, you know. And I'd like to think that I've got it this time, but I can never neglect, you know, the fundamentals, which is honesty, open-mindedness and willingness, and the necessary tools that keep my addiction at bay, which is above and beyond the program, you know. Prayers, meditation, gratitude, just for today, connecting with other addicts, you know. Like they say in the rooms and like you hear, the power of one recovering addict helping another is unparalleled. It's unparalleled, you know. Recovering addicts, we want the same thing. We want sobriety. We want a new way of life. It's a brilliant feeling to be 6 months clean. You know, 6 months clean. And hopefully this is a start of forever, you know. Now, I don't compare myself to anybody else. You know, I stopped doing that quite a while ago. You know, I stopped comparing myself to others. I compare myself to how I used to be, you know, and I know I didn't want to be that person anymore. And now I'm not that person. Obviously, I'm still me. I'm still Danny C from Down Boundary. But, you know, behaviours, thoughts and actions, you know, are very, very different to what they used to be. And that's thanks to the programme of Narcotics Anonymous. You know, we do recover. You know, you hear that. You hear that in the rooms. We do recover. You know, and it's a beautiful feeling to be 6 months clean. You know, and you know, if I can do it, you can do it. You know, I was not exactly a nice person. I was a terrible addict, actually, for that matter. But you know, if I can do it, anyone can do it. You know, I had very low will, very low patience, and a person who wanted to change, but yet somehow was feared of change. You know, I was messed up. But you know, some might say I'm still a little messed up. You know, but I'm definitely getting there. There's definitely progress. You know, and I'm a different person today. You know, I'm polite. I am polite. You know, I'm practical and pragmatic. You know, I've got a very good head on my shoulders for solving problems. You know, diplomatically and effectively. 6 months clean. Thank you for listening, everybody. I know I've waffled on for a bit. I love you all. Bye bye for now.